So it's been a minute since I've done a solo cast or a solo episode or just a situation where I'm kind of dumping my thoughts. But I have realized this idea of consistency slash no consistency so I can rest coming up. And I feel like some people feel this way, whenever you feel overwhelmed or you need to rest and you pull back. So that way you can have that rest. That way you can rejuvenate. And then this might impact the fact that now the things that you want to build upon, the things that you want to do are not, happening or occurring in a consistent manner because you are pulling back. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I do need rest and I do understand how rest is important. And also, when I am in this state, I feel like I have to be extra mindful of where I locate my attention and where I input my attention. Because it could be very easy for me to spend 3 hours when I'm exhausted and tired in watching a TV series or watching a movie or scrolling on social media or watching YouTube videos. And even though YouTube videos are lit, because they have some great information, maybe I'm not moving towards my goals the way that I would like to. And I feel like resting doesn't necessarily have to mean letting go of your goals, but it just can mean to make sure that there's self-care and there's more mindful action in the sense of like, okay, so I need to get X amount of hours of sleep. I also need to do A, B, and C. And I want to put energy into me putting more podcast content out there, me putting more social media content out there, me going ahead and writing this or doing that or doing assignments or doing my job outside of working hours, whatever that might be. And it's about, okay, how can I make sure that I utilize my time in a way that is constructive for me, safe for me, sustainable for me, and constructive, safe, and sustainable for my dreams, for my goals, for the things that I want to accomplish. And I've been finding myself in that battle of going down this cute little cocoon where I'm like rolled up in the blanket, I'm doing all these things around the house, and I'm like doing all the laundry, and I'm doing the dishes, and I'm cooking, and I'm just keeping things tidy, and I'm making sure things are beautifully in my space, which is important. And I also know that I'm using that as a distraction for the things I need to get done. So I'm in this beautiful cocoon doing all these house things, and I'm like, oh, I worked so hard, I should rest. And then I watch Netflix, and it's like, oh, I could have been doing other things, like putting the content out there that I've been wanting to put. Which, if you're listening to this, there's going to be some content that's going to come out soon, hopefully sooner rather than later, that I just have sitting on my queue for me to polish a little bit before sending it out to the YouTube verse or any of the verses that are out there right now. But yeah, I just wanted to offer this. If anybody wanted to hear this different perspective on rest and productivity, or when you want to do your things, but you're like, oh, I'm really tired, just maybe instead of going down a hole of social media or Netflix binging, right? Like maybe just one episode, and then after that, I have to get things done. Or the alternative is what works for me personally, where I'm like, okay, I need to get this done first, and then I'll reward myself and watch this episode. But then at that point, I had done something that is towards my goals, and I'm also taking care of myself and nourishing my body and my needs and the space that I need to be able to accomplish all of it. Because it is true that the turtle is the fastest one. Let me just rephrase that. It is true that slow and steady wins the race. I don't have to do it all in one day. But if I do a quarter or a fraction of it every single day, in a week I'd be done versus if I'm trying to do it all at once, I keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. And all of a sudden 3 months have gone by and I'm here like, oh crap. So sometimes, a lot of times actually, for a lot of things, doing a little bit at a time is what we need. For example, if you want to get into a healthier routine and working out, like, you don't have to go hard or go home. Like, you can, if you haven't worked out at all for a minute, just add a 10 to 15 minute daily routine. 10 minutes a day. You can dance to your favorite song and make sure that you have a playlist going and you're dancing for 10 minutes. You can do jump rope for 10 minutes. You can walk for 10 minutes. You can stretch for 10 minutes. You just move around. You can do yoga for 10 minutes. There's 10-minute yoga videos. And just do that. Maybe every day. And if not, then do it 3-4 times a week. And see how that goes. Just 10 minutes. No more than that. The same thing happens with meditation. Do meditation for 3 minutes a day. Or 5 minutes a day. You can look up 3-minute guided meditations or 5-minute guided meditations and just do that. If you want to get to the point where you're really good at meditating, or if you want to get to the point where you're like really into your health and fitness with exercise, like 10 minutes a day. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't become a problem or a hassle to do that 10-minute workout 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And now you're like, you know what, like I want more. Your body ends up asking for more naturally. And when your body asks for more movement, you know you're ready to amp it up. Now let's do 20 minutes or 30 minutes if you're up for it. And then add that to your routine. And it's like starting all over in the sense of like, well, maybe you only want to do 30 minutes a day 3 times a week. But then the other 2 days, you just do like a quick 10-minute thing and then see how that goes. And if it's too much, come back down. 20 minutes. See how that goes. But just don't give up. Because a lot of times people try to go from 0 to 100 overnight. And then it's too hard. It's too out of their daily routine. It's too unnatural. It's too much of a change too fast. And yes, humans are made to adapt. But we're made to adapt over time. Yes, we can change depending on our environment. But again, that also usually happens over time. Humans don't like abrupt change. We would be alerted when something would change instantaneously in our environment or in our daily life that would be out of the routine. It would be like, whoa, hold up. Am I safe? Right? Whoa, hold up. There's like this lion about to run into this village. Are we safe? That's what would happen, right? In the natural world, something would change drastically. And then we would get into this mode of like, okay, are we safe or are we not safe? So when we try to change something drastically, it can have that same effect. Doesn't always have to. There's some people out there that love a challenge like that and they want to change their life overnight and they go for it. But honestly, it's really about the slow and steady pace. It always is. If you want something to last a long time, like if you want to lose 5 pounds fast, you can gain it fast as well. That's all I'm going to say. But if you want to live a healthier lifestyle, you can't change overnight. You have to do it little by little. And it is annoying because a lot of times we want this change that we can see, that we can materially, feel, and we can know what the effects are, what the results are as quickly as possible. But months go by really fast. And if we want it to be sustainable, if we want it to have longevity, we need to do the slow and steady approach. And I will attest to that when it comes to meditating. I would meditate for 3 minutes a day. And then I was like, oof, I want more. My mind wanted more. And then I went up to like 5 minutes. And at one point I was like, I want more. And then I went to 10-minute meditations. And every now and then I'll do like a meditation that's 40 minutes, which is more of like a journey, or like a 30-minute one. But usually I stay between 5 to 10. But at one point I did go all the way up to 15 because I wanted it. I needed it. And then I went back down to 10. And then now if I'm wanting to fit it in, I feel like it's better for me to fit in 5 minutes than to want to do a 15-minute meditation, but I can't make time for it. Like, even though you hear that saying, oh, if you want to meditate for 15 minutes and you don't have time for it, then meditate for like an hour, right? Like there's like a saying similar to that. And I say, okay, I get what they're saying. I get what they're trying to say. And also, no, chill. If I can't make time in this society, in the life that I'm living, to be able to meditate for 30 minutes or 15 minutes, 3 minutes is good enough. 5 minutes is good enough, because at least I'm doing something actively towards my goals, towards my dreams. At least I'm doing something towards myself and my self-care and my self-love and my mental health, right? So I'm saying that to go back to the very beginning of this, to talk about if you're in a place where you're exhausted and you're tired and you want to rest. Your body's asking for it. And also, during this time when you need to rest, you have to be more mindful and more intentional as to how you spend your time and what you spend your time on. Because I can rest on my bed while I do some things that are productive, whatever that means for me. And I would like to invite you, if you're listening to this and this is resonating, to maybe tomorrow, doesn't have to be today, you can sleep on it and decide, but maybe tomorrow, if you are exhausted, if you are feeling tired, you can think of what's one thing that you can do tomorrow that can take you no more than 30 minutes to do, no more, that is going to help you achieve that dream, or at least walk towards that dream. Not run, not jump, walk. What can help you walk towards your dream? Walk towards your goal, so that way you can implement this slow and steady lifestyle, so we can feel safe while we're changing our life, so we can feel nurtured and supported while we're changing our life. So us merging into our new lifestyle that we want to bring in, that we want to manifest, that we want to be in at this time, all of a sudden, oof, it's here. And because you went slow and steady, one day you'll wake up and you'll be like, holy crap, look at how much I actually accomplished doing this slow and steady approach. I didn't have to hustle. I didn't have to add stress to my life. I didn't have to add anything drastic. The slow and steady approach works. So I would invite you to do that. Something small, no more than 30 minutes, that you can do tomorrow, that is going to add to the peace, add to the happiness, add to the bliss, add to the joy, add to the excitement of your life, and be able to get closer to those dreams. So I'll leave this with that, a super quick 14 minute reminder on that. And I hope that this helps in many ways, even if it's just my voice being soothing. I hope that helped bring peace enough today. Until next time.